Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex Diaz. I work at Santa Maria Ford Lincoln. Today, I'd like to introduce our 2017 Ford F-250, our Super Duty. This is equipped with our 6.7 liter turbo diesel engine. This particular engine right here is giving you 440 horsepower, 925 pound-foot of torque, meaning that this motor is going to be able to do most of the capabilities that you're wanting to do, towing-wise, hauling-wise, or passenger capacity if you guys are going out camping or anything like that for you. Under the hood here, most of your stuff is pretty visible. Your oil, your battery here, radiator, your coolants, all pretty self-explanatory and visibly labeled, so that way it's real easy for you to check on your own fluids for your truck. You take a look at the front here, you got the 2-bar grille design here, chrome, with the huge Ford emblem. So that when you're driving down the road, people can see the vehicle that you're driving. So if they love it, they know to go down to their Ford dealership and go pick themselves up one. They got the new redesigned headlamps here, which are LEDs, a lot brighter, quicker to light up. They're quad beams, so they're extra bright, nice, so you can see down the road, better visible capabilities. Down below, you got your fog lamps, which is perfect here for the Central Coast. We get a lot of fog here. Particularly great for the area that we live in specifically. You've also got these chrome tow hooks right here in the front for you. So if you ever decide to cruise down to the Pismo Dunes, cruising around, notice a Chevy or a Dodge stuck in the creek, you can help them get out, so that way they can get themselves back on the road and possibly get stuck again a couple feet away. One thing I forgot to point out under the hood is we got a nice light. So if you do get stuck on the side of the road or something, or you're needing to check things in the nighttime, you got that light giving you better visibility in the nighttime, so that way you can see all your motor and everything in here and check stuff out if you need to. You come along the side here, you got your 20-inch wheels that are equipped on this vehicle right here as well. You come along the side here as well, you also have your mirrors. This particular vehicle, which is the Platinum by the way, is also equipped with the blind spot monitor system. So as you're driving down the road or the freeway, it'll light up an amber orange light here in the corner for you, notifying you and letting you know that there is a vehicle there in your blind spot. Also below, you got a nice spotter mirror just in case for towing and things. You have a little bit better visibility as well on the side of you. As you notice, I push this mirror back. It is a breakaway mirror. So that way if you did happen to hit something, you know, or the wife was driving or something like that, this mirror is going to brake back and forward for you as well. Underneath the bottom here, you have a camera, which goes along with your 360-degree camera. You got them on both side mirrors, the front and the back for you as well. Also down below, you have the power deploy running boards that come down once you open the door, and on the other side as well for your passenger, making it a lot easier to get in. What's nice about this versus the normal standard mounted on side running boards is this actually a little bit lower, making it a little bit easier to get into the truck. So it's a little bit nicer and sleeker. And then when you close the door, they get put away, so that way they're not there on the sides for you. Also, you have ambient lighting on the Platinum inside. When you open up the door in the nighttime, it'll light up there for you, letting you know exactly where the bottom of the cab is at when you're getting in, so you don't trip getting in or anything like that, and it looks a lot more nicer and elegant. Right here on the door, you have intelligent access on your key. You never got to get the key out of your purse or pocket if you don't want to. When you come up and you touch this knob here, it's going to unlock all the doors for you, making it easy access. So you just get in, you sit down, close the door, push the start, and you're on the road. Also with this intelligent access, you also have remote start on your vehicle. So if your truck was parked outside or anything like that, you want to give it time to warm up because you're going to be getting ready to hit the road, be on a long trip or anything like that. Give your truck 5-10 minutes to warm up, so that way your truck's ready to go. You're not running it cold and just heading out there with your 25-foot trailer that you're towing behind you as well. So one thing I also like to mention, which is also Ford standard, is our keyless entry code. That's a really nice feature, so that way you can't ever lock yourself out of your vehicle anymore. Or let's say you guys are going to the park or the beach or anything like that with the kids or the family, and you guys don't want to have to carry anything on you at all. You can leave your keys inside, hit the last 2 numbers, It'll lock all the doors and also override the intelligent access, so nobody's just going to touch your handle and your door's going to unlock and they can get in your vehicle with the keys inside. When you hit the last two, it overrides that system, so that way it doesn't do that for you. Also here in the back, you got tons and tons of room, very spacious. This is our Platinum, so the second row back here is actually heated. You have heated seats for your back passengers, which makes it really nice, really comfortable for the people. Also here, when these both seats fold up, and you have a lot more room, so if you're not carrying passengers, you have tons of space and things to carry in the back. Let's say you're a construction worker, things like that. You got lots of tools, extension cords, things that you're carrying with you. Ford has installed this benched stowage compartment underneath here, so that way, if you're carrying things, power tools, extension cords, piping, you could tuck it all in here, so that way if you have passengers, it's all under their feet and nothing's rolling around in the back of the cabs, you know, smacking against the back of your seat or anything like that. You got this very nice storage compartment underneath here in case you need it. If you don't need it, you just slap it down, and then you still got room to put stuff underneath if you're still needing the space under there as well. Here's your fuel here as well. Your diesel exhaust fluid, so that way you run a lot better, cleaner truck, better for the greenhouse gases, and if you're an environmentalist as well, it's a lot cleaner running diesel truck. This particular truck is equipped with our FX4 off-road package. What that means is you got better tuned suspension system, shocks, and you got skid plates underneath the truck, under your oil pan, your transfer case, and under the motor as well. Right back here on the back, you have your reverse sensing system as well, backup camera. You got your tow hitch here, which with this particular vehicle, you'll be able to tow up to 14,000 pounds conventional. If you have your fifth wheel set up here in the back, you're able to tow 17.6. Plenty of capabilities to be able to do with this truck. What's nice about this truck is when you unlock it, you have this nice LED light here in the back. So if you were walking up, you know, with groceries or things like that, when you unlock the truck, it'll light up back here, giving you better lighting and visibility as well. Also on this truck, you have your drop-down tailgate as well, which is a really nice feature. Makes it simple, makes it nice. You have to push it back up to actually lock it up again, but it's got power deployed down, which is really nice. You got your tailgate step here. They've changed it since the 2016. It used to have the bar up here on top. Had mixed emotions about that. A lot of people didn't like it because when they were loading, you know, plywood or drywall or anything like that, they noticed that it was catching on the bar. They really didn't like it in the way. Ford listens to their customers, and they decided to tuck this whole bar away and put it all inside the tailgate. Now it's all completely put away for you. Real simple. You also have LED lights here in the back as well. With the simple touch of the button here, if you're a night worker working the graves, you got light up work back here. So if you have, you know, your welding machine back here, you have equipment back here, you can light it up. It does one light, two light, and the two up on top of the cab as well. Gives you plenty of visibility and lighting back here if you're doing work. You also have your camera back there for your trailer as well, up on top of the top of the cab, which gives you plenty of visibility when you're using your cameras for backing up or repositioning your trailer or things like that. You also have this cross traffic alert system here on the back of the vehicle as well, which will notify you of cars from behind you. It'll notify you if they're coming from the left or the right. So if you're trying to back out of like a Costco area in your big truck here, you're going to have plenty of alert system to let you know that something's there behind you. Be careful and or stop. So if you come along here, so this is our 6.7 liter turbo diesel, 6-speed automatic transmission, FX4 off-road package. Most of our trucks we install already with our fifth wheel hitch prep package, just because it's a convenience to already have that done for you, because let's face it, if you're buying a Super Duty, you're probably going to be buying it because you're going to be using it for its towing capabilities. It's nice to have that package already put in for you, so you're not having to remove the bed, get the cutouts put in, through a third-party person or, or independent shop or something like that. It's nice to already have that system set up in your vehicle ready for you. Let's see here. This vehicle is also equipped with the power moonroof, adaptive cruise control, lane keep system, and the ultimate trailer tow camera, which is the one I pointed out on top of the cab. Those other technology features I'll go over with you once we sit down in the vehicle and I can show you them. Let's have a seat inside. Base price of this vehicle is $62,110 with total options and equipment, $13,915, bringing your total MSRP price to $77,220. So when you sit down here in the front, you have your nice 8-inch touchscreen system here. You have all your audio capabilities here. When you click your sources, you have your AM, your FM, your Sirius satellite radio, CD, and of course your Bluetooth system. Climate, you have your dual climate, so that way I could have my AC on, the passenger could have their heater on if you and the missus or have a different temperature preferences. You have that set up as well. You also have a heated steering wheel. You have your cell phone that you could hook up, so that way when you're doing all your driving, and you could do all your talking and answering hands-free by the simple touch of the buttons up here on the dash. You could pick up your call or hang up your call right here. If the person or the person that's calling your phone is in your contacts, their name and number will pop up right here. Otherwise, if they're not in there, it'll just say unknown with the telephone number, because it's not somebody who's listed in your phone. Because when we sync your phone up for you leaving here, we sync it up and it downloads all your contacts for you, so that way people show up on your dash. And also, when we download your contacts, that's also what you would use for your voice commands as well. So you can click your voice command and say phone, call Becky, and it'll start calling it out of your phone because it knows that contact's in your phone. Also syncing your phone up through our vehicles, you also get the SOS post-crash system alert, which what that does is if you're in an accident, obviously number one, airbags deploy. Second, it'll throw the hazards on. Third, it'll throw the horn on, honking for you. Fourth, it'll use your cell phone to call and dial a 911 operator, getting someone talking and dispatch to you. You hear them through the speakers. They hear you through your microphone system here. That way, if you took a side impact and your phone was sitting up here in the cup holder and it goes flying in the back of the cab and you got T-boned and you're squished and you're stuck here, you don't have to get to your phone and have to worry about calling 911. This vehicle is going to do it absolutely for you. And the great thing about that system, which is kind of like OnStar, but you have to pay for that service, this system is absolutely free lifetime that you own the vehicle. It is just built in for you. You got your navigation system here, which now this software system has our new Sync 3 system. So you have the pinch, zoom in, zoom out capabilities, which is really nice. But not only that, but the system that's now been upgraded is a lot more responsive. It's a lot quicker than our previous year, which sometimes would take a little bit to filter over to the next page. All of these, your home buttons here, your initial push buttons, they're all voice activated. So if you're driving down the road, you don't ever have to worry about any of this if you're alone. You have keywords, so you can hit your voice activation and say audio, FM 95.3, and it's going to change a radio station for you. You can click it and say climate, set temperature to 70 degrees. It'll change the temperature within the cab for you. You can click it, like I said, and say phone, call Santa Maria Ford. It'll start calling for you. You could even click it and say navigation, I'm hungry. It's going to pull up fast food restaurants within a 15-mile radius and giving you 10 options to choose from. Click it, and then it'll give you step-by-step directions to that place. It'll give you their address. It'll give you their phone number, so you could click on it. You could place orders if you're going to be on your way, things like that as well. When you're driving down the road as well, certain gas stations will pop up on this system as well, and you can actually click. And it'll let you know diesel gas stations. It'll list prices for you. It'll list prices, give you a telephone number, address, and everything. So that way you know ahead of time about roughly, you know, what you'll be looking at to fuel this guy up. Right here is your 4x4 with your electronic locking rear axle right here. You just pull it out. It'll sync up your rear axle, locking up both tires, so that way they spin simultaneously. You also have your 4-wheel drive on the fly here. So if you were driving down, let's say a desert road, didn't look like it was going to be that soft, but you start realizing this truck's starting to get a little bit stuck. You could switch it into 4H while you're driving. It'll turn on the 4-wheel drive, almost kind of like an all-wheel drive. It'll kick on certain tires that need to compensate for other areas that aren't connecting that well. That's your 4-wheel drive high. Now, if you know it's going to be a rough road, you know it's going to be soft sands, and you want that more tougher, aggressive, lower speed 4-wheel drive, you would stop, put your vehicle in neutral, switch it down to 4 low. It'll sync all the wheels up, tell you the vehicle is okay to put in a drive. You put in a drive and all 4 tires are synced up together, giving you a more stronger, aggressive 4-wheel drive if you're going to be doing 4-wheel driving at a lower speed, speed. You have your trailer brake here, which is really nice. It's all right here on the inside. They used to install them on the back of like by the tow hitches. So now when you connect your trailer up, you sync it up and everything, you'll come here and you'll squeeze this to depressurize the brakes on your trailer. And then you'll come in here and you'll have to mess with the plus and minus to set the brakes at a good setting. So that way when you step on the brakes, your trailer doesn't brake harder than your truck is, or your trailer isn't braking softer than your truck is. You got to kind of find yourself a nice medium place, but that's what your trailer brake would be for. Up here in the front, this being the Platinum, you have both air-conditioned and heated seats for both you and your passenger. So you could turn on your heated seats if it's a nice cold morning, kind of like this is, a little foggy, a little bit gloomy. Your first setting will be your highest. Click it again, a little bit lower setting. The third will be your lowest setting, and then that's to turn it off. Right there for you as well. So up here you have your camera. The first click would be just your front camera on this side. Second, so that's a more wider of just your front camera right there. Then you have your 180-degree camera. So if you were pulling out of like a narrow street onto a T street like this, you pull up, you can't really see because the fences are a little bit farther out. If you click this and put this on your 180, you have better visibility around those corners, making it a lot easier to pull out of that street if you're unsure of the other traffic that's coming out there as well. And of course, your 360-degree camera right here, which is using both the cameras from the side mirrors, the front, and the back as well. You can see completely around your entire vehicle. They put a picture of a truck here, so that way the camera almost looks like you have a visualization from the top of your truck. That way you see all the way around your vehicle. This vehicle is also equipped with your diesel exhaust brake, which is really, really nice. Saves your brake system. A lot of the semi-trucks use this feature when they're coming down the grades or things like that. They'll actually use the exhaust brakes to slow the vehicle down, saving the brakes on the vehicle itself, which is a really, really nice feature. Up here on the steering wheel, you have your left-hand arrow setup, which is going to be toggling through this entire screen right here. It'll get you to your settings, your tow settings, your truck info, diesel exhaust fluid, which it'll notify you when you're getting low on that. I believe about 500 miles. It's to let you know to stop into your nearest Ford dealership to pick up some more diesel exhaust fluid. You have your trip odometers, your fuel economy, and then your favorites, my viewing, which will show your trip, fuel economy, off-road, that you could set all right here. Right here as well. This vehicle's got cruise control, but not only that, it has adaptive cruise control. You can actually set the spacing between you and the vehicle in front of you, and it will always maintain that gap for you. If that vehicle starts slowing down, your vehicle will automatically slow down. If they start speeding up, your vehicle will automatically speed up, and always maintain that gap between you and them up until the point that you hit the speed that you set your vehicle at. Then it will just maintain that spot for you. Over here you have your lighting, which you could just turn on if you need your lights on during the day for whatever reason. You could also set it to your automatic lights, which they're light sensing. So if it's dark enough, the lights will kick on. if it senses enough light, the lights will kick off. So your lights aren't always just running like they used to be and burning your bulbs out a lot faster. The lights will just be on particularly just when you need them. In this vehicle, you have 7 standard airbags. You have your driver airbag. You have your passenger airbag. You have your pillar airbags right here on the sides. So if you were to take a side impact, you have this airbag that deploys here to protect you from this pillar coming and smashing up against you. And our canopy airbag system, which comes down right here. Essentially, it deploys like a curtain. It comes down, protecting you from any glass or debris from flying within the cab and hurting you or your passengers as well. You have your center console set up here, pretty deep. You can carry lots of things in here. And you have your set up for like your coins, or you're carrying pins, a business person. You got a little extra setup there for you as well. Also on our second row back there, I forgot to mention that the seatbelts there in the back are actually airbags. They're airbag safety system, which is nicer for your back passengers. When they explode, they actually blow up 5 times thicker than they are right now to create a bigger surface against their chest for when they're flying forward from an accident. It covers more of them to help them from flying forward and protecting their body as well. So, you guys ready for a test drive?